Hello and good evening. Here is the news at 6. First, the highlights. Lagos State government calls for collective imputes by professionals to avert building collapse. President Tinubu appoints 7 new ministers, reassigns 10 others to new portfolios. On the foreign scene, Israel issues travel warning to citizens in Sri Lanka over terrorism threat. And in sports, Nigeria Football Federation announces new venue for first leg of Super Falcons Algeria friendly. And now the details. I am Akan Usen. The Lagos State government has called for collective imputes by building professionals to make Lagos safe and devoid of building collapse. General Manager, Lagos State Materials Testing Laboratory Agency, LSMTL, Olayinka Abdul, made the call at a collaborative meeting with executives of the Nigerian Institution of Geotechnical Engineers, NIGE. Abdul noted that every collapse is evidence of a defaulting foundation that shows badly coordinated parameters being interpreted and implemented wrongly from mismatched exponential transformations. She explained that the Lagos State government has prepared levels of checks to make all specifications align using LSMTL to analyze samples on proponent structures to conform with what the designers have done for re-evaluation and realignment, while pointing out the major culprits that aggravate crumpled buildings in the construction industry. The general manager ascribed such anomaly to the ineptitude of professionals to consider safety of lives as a paramount factor, regardless of social strata or status. The Lagos State Drivers Institute (LASDRI) has launched a comprehensive behavioral defensive driver training program in partnership with GIZ organization. This initiative aims to enhance road safety by equipping drivers with essential defensive driving skills and fostering positive behavioral changes behind the wheels. Speaking at the training, General Manager of LASDRI, Afosat Tiamiyu, who emphasized the importance of the Themes Plus agenda, particularly its first pillar, which focuses on traffic management and transportation, urged drivers to see their work as critical in ensuring the safety and efficiency of the transportation sector. Tiamiyu stated that the program aligns with LASDRI's vision of raising the standard of driving in Lagos and to ensure that drivers understand the professional responsibility they carry.
Mr. Governor Babajide Shola Sanwo-Olu is passionate about all citizens, especially drivers. That's the reason why they established this which is Lagos State Driver Institute, for us to bring drivers to classroom on daily basis towards improving their driving skills, driving knowledge, and we have been on the last 15 years. So Lagos drivers are better drivers now.
Also speaking at the event, the Security Risk Management Advisor for GIZ Nigeria and ECOWAS, Ernest Aliozo, explained that the program is designed to train, retrain, and untrain drivers, focusing on essential security tips for driving and effective interaction with passengers.
So with how to drive professional. Defensive driving is about being safe yourself and then ensuring that other road users are also safe. They are also constantly meeting who are their clients. So how to interact with these clients are also integral part of training, how to behave with other colleagues, how to also, they handle sensitive documents, how to handle these documents also part of.
An occupational health and safety consultant for GIZ organization, Toyo Edward Aveyingo, added that the program includes simulations designed to help drivers respond effectively in real-life situations, encouraging them to contribute positively to safety on the road. The event also attracted drivers from the Southwest region. Lagos State Commissioner of Police Olanrewaju Ishola has paid a working visit to the Bolade Oshodi Safety Arena Office of the Lagos State Environmental and Special Offences Enforcement Unit Task Force Chairman Adetayo Akerele. While addressing the task force chairman, senior police officers, and top management staff of the agency, Ishola described the task force as a key player amongst others in the dedicated efforts of the command to strengthen safety and security of the citizenry, as well as the sustenance of public order in the state. Ishola commended the task force for the good work it is doing, while urging the entire workforce to always maintain a high level of physical and medical wellness, maintaining that sound health status is a key ingredient needed to perform optimally. In his response, Akirili stated that the visit will serve as the impetus to elicit more commitment and quality service delivery from the task force team, in line with enabling laws guiding the functions of the agency. The Federal Ministry of Housing and Urban Development has declared a 60-day ultimatum for all federal certificate of occupancy title owners to settle their debts, warning that failure to comply will lead to the revocation of their titles. Minister of Housing Ahmed Dangiwa stated this during his address at the 29th Conference of Directors of Lands in Abuja. Addressing the theme, Equitable Land Stewardship, Challenges of Land Administration and its Impact on Climate Change and Community Rights, Dangiwa highlighted the pressing issue of non-compliance among landowners. He added that this non-compliance has resulted in the loss of trillions of naira in revenue, and the federal government cannot tolerate this. And now to the rest of the stories. President Bola Tinubu has appointed 7 new ministers to his cabinet and reassigned 10 existing ministers to new portfolios. The appointment was announced in a statement issued by the presidency following the Federal Executive Council FEC meeting. Bianca Odumego Ojukwu was appointed as Minister of State for Foreign Affairs, while Nentawe Yilwatda is the Minister of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Reduction, officially bringing an end to the tenure of suspended Betta Edu. The president also nominated Maigari Dingyadi as the Minister of Labour and Employment, Jumoke Oduole as the Minister of Industry, Idi Maiha as the Minister for newly created Livestock Development in Ministry, Yusuf Atta as the Minister of State, Housing and Urban Development, with Suwaiba Ahmed as Minister of State, Education. The president sacked Uju Ken Ohaneye as Minister of Women Affairs, Lola Ade John as Minister of Tourism, Tahir Maman as Minister of Education, Abdullahi Gwazo as Minister of State, Housing and Urban Development, and Jamila Ibrahim as Minister of Youth Development. The federal government has announced plans to reposition dams across the country, revealing that siltation has significantly reduced the water volume in the Ogwashuku Dam, Delta State. Deputy Director and Geotechnical Divisional Head, Dams Department, Federal Minister of Water Resources and Sanitation, Abiola Oluwatosin, stated this during an inspection of the Ogwashuku Dam in Aniocha South local government area. Oluwatosin assured that findings from the assessment will guide a robust action plan to address the challenges affecting dam infrastructure nationwide. Ogun State government has advised residents in flooded areas who are currently affected by the recent release of water from Oyo Dam to abide by its earlier flood alert advisory to either relocate or elevate from the areas at this period of the year. Commissioner for Environment Ola Oresoya, who made the call in a statement, listed the areas to include Isheri, Riverview Estate, Oshore Estate, Opik Estate, Arikbu, Akute, Alagule, Mawere, Orimerumu, and Magboro. Oresoyahu noted that the release of excess water from the dam is unavoidable to avert its damage, which might lead to unpalatable consequences, assured residents of the areas that the flood water will start receding significantly from Friday, 25th of October, through earlier dredged waterways, water courses and canals. He added that Ogun State government is working assiduously with its Lagos counterpart and the federal government to find lasting solutions to the perennial flooding problems in the area. And now to foreign news. Israel's National Security Council has called on Israelis to immediately leave some tourist areas in southern Sri Lanka over the threat of a possible terrorist attack. The council said the warning pertain to the area of Arugam Bay and beaches in the south and west of Sri Lanka and stemmed from current information about a terrorist threat focused on tourist areas and beaches. It did not specify the exact nature of the threat and called on Israelis in the rest of Sri Lanka to be cautious and refrain from holding large gatherings in public areas. In our sports, the Nigeria Football Federation (NFF) has announced a venue change for the first leg of the international friendly between the Super Falcons and Algeria. The first friendly, which was originally slated for the Mobolaji Johnson Arena, Onikon, Lagos, will now be held at the Remo Stars Stadium in Ikenne, Ogun State. The encounter will be held on Saturday, October 26, as scheduled. The second friendly, which is scheduled for Tuesday, October 29, will go ahead as planned at the Mobolaji Johnson Arena, Onikon, Lagos. Both matches will kick off at 4 p.m. local time. And that's all for the news at 6. Always carry out proper and adequate checks on your vehicles before setting out. You can follow us and like all our various social media platforms. On X at Traffic Radio 961, Facebook Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM, Instagram Lagos Traffic Radio 961. On YouTube, subscribe and watch us live on our channel Traffic Radio 961. You can also visit our website on www.trafficradio961.ng. Did you know that the Sanwo-Olu administration supplied 86,000 dual furniture sets to 775 public schools? You can get more details on the Lagos State government website. To end the news, here are the highlights of the major stories. The Lagos State government has called for collective imputes by building professionals to make Lagos safe and devoid of building collapse. President Bola Tinubu has appointed 7 new ministers to his cabinet and reassigned 10 existing ministers to new portfolios. We also told you that Israel's National Security Council has called on Israelis to immediately leave some tourist areas in southern Sri Lanka over threats of a possible terrorist attack. And in sports, the Nigeria Football Federation (NFF) has announced a venue change for the first leg of the international friendly between the Super Falcons and Algeria. For contact with the newsroom, please send a message to info@trafficradio961.ng. And that ends the news broadcast compiled by Adewale Oloporku. I am Akan Usen. Thanks for listening and please stay safe. Good evening.